Before I start the prayer of hope, I also want to say a few words, if I may be permitted. A few months ago, by chance, somebody sent me a link to a video available on the internet. The name of the video was Albatross, and the documentary maker who made that video, his name is Chris Jordan. And I want to very, very earnestly recommend it to you to see for yourself. The albatross is a seabird, a very beautiful bird with big wingspan that lives most of the year on the ocean, flying over the ocean. But there is an island in the middle of the Pacific called Midway Island, where every year thousands and thousands of albatrosses gather in order to meet their mates, to reproduce, to lay their eggs, and to bring up their young. The video shows the albatrosses gathering. It shows their mating dances. It shows the mothers laying the eggs. It shows the eggs hatching. Now, in order to feed the young baby albatrosses, which have just hatched, the mother bird flies over the ocean, gathering material from the surface of the ocean. It has, it seems, a special capacity in its stomach to ingest the material from the ocean and bring it back to the island and to feed directly from its own belly. It sort of vomits up the material that it has gathered directly into the mouth of the young baby albatrosses. And this has been the way in which albatrosses have been reproducing and regenerating for countless generations. But what is happening now? You see, the mother albatrosses, when they fly over the ocean, they have always trusted the ocean to bring to the surface organic material, living material that they could ingest and then feed to the young. But what the mother albatrosses are now gathering and taking into their belly are pieces of plastic. And so when they come back to the island, to the Midway Island, and their babies are waiting for them, very hungry, very excited that the food has arrived, the mother vomits up the material that she's gathered, but what she is feeding into the mouths and the bellies of the young albatrosses are pieces of plastic. But the mother has no idea that she is feeding the baby deadly material. The babies have no idea that they are ingesting deadly material. After feeding the babies, the mothers fly off and leave the little albatrosses alone on the island. And what would normally happen would be that the young albatrosses digest the food that they've received, and then at a certain point take off and fly on their own, flying over the ocean, which supports and sustains them through time immemorial. But what we see in the video is that the little albatrosses start attempting to take off. They spread their wings, flap their wings, but they cannot leave the ground because their bodies are weighed down by the toxic plastic that they have been ingesting. And one sees, with I would call this a tragic poignancy, the look of utter despair in the eyes and the faces of the young albatrosses as they flap their wings, bewildered at what is happening. And then they topple over, struggle to move, and die. And the videographer, the film producers, when the albatrosses die, they cut open the bodies of the dead albatrosses, and you see inside the body are pieces of plastic. One sees plastic pens, plastic razors, all the little toys, plastic toys. These are the things that we use and throw away, thinking that once these are out of sight, they're gone forever. The important lesson of this video, and why I bring it up in the context of this Interfaith Prayer for Peace, is that first, actions have consequences. Even little actions, throwing away a plastic spoon, a plastic fork, a plastic razor, doesn't cause it to vanish out of existence. It goes through a chain of processing until those actions, those wasteful actions, will produce their consequences. The second lesson that I see in this is that the consequences can emerge very far from where we are. They can be out of our field of sight, and so we have no idea of the consequences of our action. But these actions are having consequences through this intricate, interwoven, inconceivably complex network of conditionality in which every little mote of dust is included, is involved. And the third lesson that I derive from this video is that often the victims of our careless actions, our disregard for the linkages, the chains of causation, are the most helpless living beings on this planet. It could be helpless living beings, the thousands of species that are undergoing extinction because we are cutting down forests to create living facilities, or to create giant farms, or to create palm tree plantations. It can be the consequences of our burning the fossil fuels, which create climate change. And so while we continue to live comfortably here in the West, the people who are being hit the hardest by the escalating climate disasters are people who are living especially in the global South, South and Southeast Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America. And so if we want to have peace in the world, we have to be aware of our own actions, mindful of our actions. We have to be mindful of the consequences of our actions, and we need a compassionate concern for living beings all across the planet, whether they be our fellow human beings or beings living in the animal realm of existence, the animal kingdom. And so, just as it's our small but careless actions which create disastrous consequences for many, it can be our more mindful, more compassionate, more concerned small actions which, merging together with the actions of thousands and millions of other people, that help to transform the conditions of life in our own country and in the greater world, for the human beings and for all other living beings. Okay, thank you for your attention on this. And now I will lead a short prayer of hope, or maybe I would call this a meditation of hope. So now, as you're sitting there, close your eyes and see in your mind's eye the planet Earth. See it with all of its, maybe see it revolving, so we see North America, South America, as it revolves. What direction does it revolve in? Okay. As it revolves, we're seeing, we're seeing East Asia, Southeast Asia, then revolving further, Central Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Europe, turning further, again coming back to North America, South America. Okay, now see a light above the earth. This is the light of peace, light of love, the light of a wider, higher, more joyful life. See that light descending first over North America, healing the divisions and hatred in this country. The healing light bringing human unity to everyone in this country. See the light descending through Mexico to Central America and South America, enveloping both Americas in this light of love and peace and harmony. See the light spreading out over Britain and Europe, down across the Mediterranean, enveloping all of Africa, and coming up and spreading over the Middle East, spreading further over Russia and over Central America, over Central Asia, then over to South Asia, Southeast Asia, East Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. And so see the whole world enveloped in this light of love and human solidarity, the harmony of people with each other, and with respect and kindness towards the beings in the animal realm, and then generate the wish, may all living beings in this world be well and healthy. May they all be happy and joyful in mind. May they all be free from hatred and violence. May they all be safe. May they all live together in peace and cooperation. And just for 1 minute, hold the earth in your mind's eye and generate those thoughts. The light of love and peace in your mind's eye, spread that light over the entire world with hopes that 2019 will bring the fulfillment of this hope. Okay, thank you very much, and may this 2019 be for all of you a year of good health and the fulfillment of all your good aspirations.
Thanks to Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi every year to lead us after all the prayers, and we have to concentrate our vision, our mind, and to bring the peace to the world through this meditation. Thank you. 非常感谢我们的会长，每年他都这样带领我们，在各个宗教的祈福以后、祈祷以后呢，再用一个超越宗教的一个禅修方式，把我们的内心集合在一起，把心中的和平的力量照耀在世界每一个角落。那么接下来呢，